I'm sorry?
He already said you fought. He already told you.
Can you tell me who's good?
Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy right here, Mills. I'm here back with another video. I need you to do me a big solid favor. Hit that thumbs up button, like this video, and we're gonna jump right in it. This is Baddies West, season 3, episode 6, entitled "Here Comes the Bad Luck." So let's jump this right off. So we kick it off the very next day. Rolly and Biggie meet up. You know, they outside, they smoking. You know, Rolly loves to smoke. And they just catching up, you know, from last night. They talking about the performances and how everything went and how everybody was able to, you know, coexist and stuff like that. You know, Biggie like, oh, you know, Rolly, you did good. You know, Biggie just was excited. You know, her first time going out, getting to the bag. So they say, excuse me. You know, so they just talking and catching up. Razor comes out here. You know, she said she's feeling sick because she's hungover. She turned up last night, you know, so she's just out there, you know, and she's like, oh, you know, well, Rolly, you know, I didn't expect you to kill it like that. And, you know, one thing I can always say, you know, Rolly, she's good. I feel like she shouldn't come back after this season just because I really want her to focus on her music. I feel like her music is really good, and I really want to see Rolly go to the next level. So hopefully it's time for her to elevate. You know, I do like Rolly on the show, and I like Rolly as a person, so I do want her to take her music more serious and just leave the whole baddies behind. Like, get your own show, if anything. Yeah, what's going on with your show? Yeah, I need to see your show. But, you know, so Rolly, you know, talks to Razor, was like, you know, are you good? Because you was wilding the other day. You know, I wasn't there when, you know, when everything popped off. I was asleep. But I just wanted to make sure, like, you know, I seen that you was out here wilding, you know. Razor basically said, you know, she apologized to Scotty. She felt violated. And, you know, at first I was like, I didn't get why Razor was tripping, but I understand she does have the right to feel how she feel. If she don't want nobody touching her, she has that right. So I'm like, okay, I get it now. And, you know, you have to respect that, you know, not everybody not meant to like each other. She's not entitled to like Scotty. So it is what it is. You know, Razor's being the mature person. She let it go. She said she don't want to be out here beefing with Scotty and then got to be out here turning over her. So that's pretty much that. They separate. They go back inside. Next on the scene, we have Tommy and Natalie. You know, they catching up, discussing everything. You know, how everything went down. You know, Tommy and Natalie feel like it need to be a little bit more organized because people was just jumping on the mic and, you know, stuff like that, which I really didn't see the issue with, because I'm like, if y'all doing music, y'all performing, y'all having a good time, wasn't really the issue. But that's neither here and there. You know, here come Natalie, being messy, trying to slither some drama. Yo, Natalie, goodness. Anyway, so she like, oh, well, you know, I seen that you and Stunna girl y'all was cordial, you know, so hopefully next time y'all could get closer. And you could tell Tommy like, yeah, whatever. Tommy is not feeling Stunna girl at all, and as she should, you know. I mean, they clearly just don't like each other. So I don't understand the point of them keep trying to force something. If they not meant to be, they not meant to be cool, you know. And Natalie, she just always in producer mood. So I'm like, girl, whatever, you know. You know, Tommy's like, yeah, whatever. I'm gonna keep it cordial, you know. But clearly, you know, this ain't gonna work out. So that was that on that scene. Then we cut to Kat and Scotty. You know, they catching up. They talking. Like, this whole episode was all about them just catching up from the night before. I'm like, really? So they start talking. You know, Stunna girl comes in. She joins, and she was like, oh, you know, Kat was bigging up Stunna, like, oh, you know, you did your big one, you know, I like your music and stuff like that. A lot of people don't like Kat. A lot of people feel like Kat is up on Stunna girl's ass, you know. And yeah, a lot of people not feeling Kat, you know. So you know, excuse me, Scotty like, oh yeah, so did you and Tommy did y'all have y'all meeting? I'm like, really? Stunna like, yeah, we had our meeting, it didn't go the way it went, it didn't go the way it go. So Kat was like, yeah, cause I had asked Tommy, did she throw a drink and try to sneak her, and Tommy was like, no, but then they saw the footage and she did see that Tommy did that. I'm like, okay, clearly we saw the footage too, and Stunna girl, it just feel like, you know, that Kat saw the truth, and you know, I guess Stunna feels vindicated, you know, because now she got somebody that witnessed the drama. And then Kat was like, well, do y'all think y'all could ever squash it? And Stunna was like, pretty much nah, you know, she feel like Tommy don't take accountability, you know, and this is a situation that's just not going to be resolved. I don't feel like Stunna is over Tommy at this point, and I don't understand, like I said before, why they keep trying to force this upon us. They're not meant to be friends. It's okay, like, let it go. So that was pretty much that. Then we get to Low and DJ Sky. They outside, they talking, they recapping the night before everything. Krishan comes to join them, you know. It's good, like I said, it's good to see that Low and Krishan, they cool, they get along and stuff like that. So here come DJ Sky being messy. Oh, you know, Tommy was upset. Tommy was upset because you went before. Oh, because Tommy wanted to go last, so apparently that triggered Tommy. So, you know, Krishan like, okay, what it got to do with me? You know, she didn't even know that it was like in the set order, you know. And DJ Sky was like, well, Tommy got Krishan got the best song out of all the girls. She got the hottest song, so it don't even matter. I'm like, well, to be quite honest, out of all the girls, you know, Krishan's song is the most known, so I could understand that. But DJ Sky was just being be a little bit messy. And from what I understand, do y'all like DJ Sky? Because a lot of people don't like her, like from the comments and stuff, and like just from the Instagram posts and stuff. A lot of people feel like, why she there? Well, we know why she there. She's there to DJ, and she's there to babysit Krishan. We gonna get into that when that's in here, because DJ Sky. Anyway. So you could tell, like, Krishan was paying the dust because she rocks with Tommy. So she's like, I don't care. It ain't got nothing to do with me. I don't care. I'm not even about to waste my time getting all involved with that. So they end up leaving. They finish the scene. They get them leaving. So next up, we get Natalie and Biggie. And, you know, Natalie tells Biggie to go get the girls, gather all the girls up because, you know, they getting ready to go out. You know, this their last night in Vegas. And, you know, Biggie is Natalie's wingman, we could tell. Anytime Natalie tell Biggie to do something, she on it, you know. So Biggie going around the house, waking like a mama trying to get all her kids ready. Oh, let's go, everybody. Let's go. I'm like, okay. So she gathers all the girls. The girls meets up, you know, they all downstairs getting ready to go. And I could say, like, all of the girls, they look real nice. Like this season, all the girls, they look nice. You know, even at the confessionals, they wardrobe, everything's looking nice. So I can't even complain about that. So Natalie gets irritated because I guess Krishan is texting Blue. And I'm like, Natalie, girl, like, y'all be sitting here having these pointless meetings all the time, we gotta go out. Krishan like, yo, whatever. Then she like, oh, she let the girl know that the bus broke down, so they gonna be on the party bus and stuff like that. I'm like, okay. So in the midst of that, you know, they discuss how, you know, the flyers, when they be posting the flyers when they in each other's cities, how Stunna and Tommy been like cropping each other out or like putting emojis and stuff like that. So Stunna just keep calling Tommy grandma and Stunna be eating Tommy, and Tommy be so pissed off. I'm like, you really be letting this little girl get to you? And she like, yeah, I'll be in her confessional, I'll be a great grandmother. I'm like, girl, Tommy, girl, like, this girl clearly gets under your skin, clearly, because you be bothered. I don't understand how you letting this damn 21-year-old and you damn near 50. Nah, I'm just joking. I'm not age shaming, but you know, like, girl, like, let it go. So the girls on the party bus, they turning up. They They get to the club, you know, they do their little performances yet again, and they bleeped it out. I'm like, okay, because I know are they performing the same songs like they did before, or because I'm confused. But in the midst of that, DJ Ska is finally DJing for the first time. I'm like, okay. And then, you know, she decides to get on the mic and drop her song. And the song was okay. It wasn't nothing spectacular. I feel like she had the weakest song out of all the girls, but it is what it is. So, you know, Natalie feels some type of way about that. I'm like, oh girl, like really, it is not that deep in my opinion. Tommy feel the same way. So Krishan, Blueface ended up showing up, you know, so Krishan all over Blueface, and then apparently, Krishan left with Blueface. So that was that. Natalie pissed about that. Natalie mad about every damn thing. So the next morning we get to Natalie confronting DJ Ska. Now I'm gonna tell you right here and there, this is what pisses me off. Like, if I was DJ Ska, me and Natalie would have it out, because the way Natalie was just Natalie just really sunned and embarrassed the mess out of DJ Ska, in my opinion. She basically said, yo, you here to babysit, like, what are you doing? Like, I'm like, girl, who you talking to? Who you talking to? At first it seemed like DJ Ska was like, all right, whatever, like it was paying her dust, because I would have paid her dust too. Like, I probably would have walked off, because I'm like, who you talking to? Like, I'm not here to babysit no grown ass woman. Like, she's grown as hell, she can do whatever she want to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, who Natalie talking to? And it's the way that DJ Ska just sat there and allowed that to happen to me. Like, that was just crazy. And then Natalie not only pressed her about that, she pressed her about DJ Ska going on stage to perform. And you know, this is when DJ Ska said something. She was like, okay, so what about Lo? Because Lo grabbed the mic and performed her song, so what's the problem? Natalie ain't really had too much to say about that. I'm sorry, Natalie would have got clocked. Like, I'm sorry, because Natalie at this point, she's in boss mode, so I get it. But I'm like, who you talking to? Because it's not that deep. You sitting here jumping off, acting stupid, like coming down my throat about some grown ass woman. If you felt like you need to babysit it, then you shouldn't have put it back on the show. That's my whole opinion. And we gonna leave that as that, because yeah, DJ Ska lost hella respect for me with that one, because I'm sorry, she should have checked the hell out of Natalie for that one. We get Lo and Razor, they talking outside. By the way, Lo is so pretty, and Razor pretty too. I don't know, it's just like Lo in all her scenes, she's just killing it look wise. So they talking about everything that happened last night. Tommy comes to join them and stuff like that, and they just chopping it up, you know. They was talking about how DJ Ska took the mic and stuff like that. So Lo was like, well, you know, y'all need to add me to the roster. Y'all need to add me to the roster and stuff like that. And this scene wasn't really about nothing. You know, Lo commended Tommy by the way she handled herself and conducted herself against the whole Stunna girl situation. She felt like, you know, she felt like Tommy was being professional and stuff like that. And I'm like, yeah, you know, because I could say that, because at the photo shoot, she held it good, but when she got back to the house, it was on site, which I understood, because, you know, Stunna did sneaker, so, you know, that was a little moment. I'm glad to see that Tommy's starting to talk to the other girls and stuff like that. We didn't even know that Tommy had her own separate house. I thought they was all, you know, sharing in one house, but Tommy got her own space like that. So that was pretty much that. And then we get to Biggie is outside, and then Stunna and Kat rolls up. So Kat decides that she feels like Biggie and Stunna need to have a conversation. I'm like, now I love Kat, but I feel like Kat kind of set this up. And I'm like, well, at the end of the day, if they've been cordial, you know, they not friends, they've been cordial this time, we don't need to have a conversation for what? Like, as long as they're being respectful towards each other, why we need to have a conversation? Not everybody meant to be cool. So, you know, Biggie was not really feeling it. Biggie do not like Stunna girl, and, you know, so I guess Kat felt Biggie's energy. So Kat decided to leave. So in the midst of that, you know, they start trying to talk. Now, Stunna at first was, you know, trying to listen and stuff like that. And they start going, you know, she's like, well, what's the issue? And, you know, basically what I got from this is Stunna felt like Biggie was trying to control her and trying to tell her what to do and stuff like that. And Biggie was like, well, I wasn't trying to tell you what to do. I was asked a question and I answered the question. You felt some type of way because you can't take constructive criticism. And Stunna was like, well, after that, I don't have to listen to you. You ain't my mama. And I'm just gonna break it down like this. At the end of the day, I mean, I understand both parts, but I'm going to ride with Biggie on this because I do feel like Biggie wasn't really doing anything. If she was asked a question, she should be able to answer the question. You know what I'm saying? So I was team Biggie in this situation like that. But then, you know, things get left because, you know, they trade insults. You know, Stunna girl talking about oh, you trash, and, you know, you're not worth anything, and, you know, your jury is this, and, you know, Biggie talking about how you lay on your back and stuff like that. And then Stunna like, oh, well, nobody will F you, you a man, you know, making fun of Biggie's voice and stuff like that. Now, in the midst of this, Biggie's still keeping her composure. So I'm like, okay. And then Stunna called it out, was like, well, you got a problem with me, but you ain't pop off on me when it was time. You know, I don't squared up with Rolly, I don't squared up with Tommy. You ain't had his energy then. I'm like, ooh, there you go. I'm like, all right. So then the producer come in to talk to Stunna. And then as you know, Stunna kind of looked at Biggie from what I saw, but then Biggie decides to sneak her. And then that's the episode, and they start squaring off, and that was the end of the episode. Biggie, to me, that was a whack move because you snuck her. Like, you should have just squared up with her. Like, I don't understand all this sneaking stuff, but then Stunna girl did sneak on Tommy, so it's like all y'all do some sneaking stuff to me. You know what I'm saying? So I don't understand. You get snuck and you sneak people. So at the end of the day, I don't really feel too bad, but that's just the episode. Like I said, the episode wasn't really too much about nothing going on. It was just a whole bunch of recap about how, talking about everything that was happening the night before. This was a filler episode, so like I said, and then next week, you know, we get the continuation from Biggie and Stunna. It looked like Razor. I think this is the episode where Razor and Stunna get into it. It's a lot going on. This episode, like I said, if I had to rate it out of a 10, I would give it like a 7. It was good that they had fun. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling the season so far. Y'all let me know who y'all favorites are, who y'all like, who y'all dislike. And we got more to come. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. Like, comment, hit that thumbs up button, like this video, and I'll see you in the next video. I'm out.